this time of year?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Is it going?
It's going.
Oh! Oops. So, welcome to Florence Vineyard in Rockpile. Gorgeous view up here. It's a beautiful day, November 9th, and we're far enough past harvest that all we have left here are little mummies of second crop. And you see a few holes here and stuff. We're feeding the birds because they were not ripe enough for us to make wine out of. They were pretty acidic and low sugar, but they make a nice little treat for birds to come by, and so they peck them up and eat them, which is part of the plant's whole propagation cycle, so it's a good thing. But at this time of year, it's a little early to be pruning. We're kind of waiting for the leaves to die off. As you can see, there's still a lot of green, along with the drier, crispier ones where they're starting to get more autumn colors. But with the green leaves, there's still too much moisture in the cane, so you want to let that dry out a little more before you prune. And then that'll happen probably in December if we aren't too inundated with El Nino this year. If not, it'll be January. And there's a lot of issues around timing with pruning, because if you prune too early, then there's always a risk of bud break being too early, and then you're too close to the frost season. So that's a little bit of a hazard. So if you prune a little bit later, it'll push off your bud break, and it'll also push off your harvest date farther into the rainy season. So there's always a compromise. Also at this time of year, we're looking to do soil amendments. So the farmers do what's called a petiole test. And if you take a leaf off of here, this is, hold it up in the sun, this is the petiole here. It's the base of the leaf. It's what attaches it to the plant. And they collect 100 of these in a plastic bag, and they take them to an agricultural lab, and then they can learn from that what things the vineyard is deficient in. So then they'll come up with a formula and say, okay, along with your compost or your regular amendments, you'll probably want to make sure that there's enough nitrogen or more potassium or more calcium, phosphorus, whatever those needs are. They'll come up with a prescription, just like a doctor when he reads your blood test reports, and he'll give you hopefully vitamins and homeopathic things and not just a bunch of drugs. But we don't do drugs out here. We just do what we can to make the vines work on their own. So that's pretty much what's happening out in the vineyard at this time of year. Once pruning is done, then it's just a wait and see game until crop comes out as bud break and crop set in June. So
Great.
that's it. Yeah.